Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
Buenas, R, bienvenido al directillo sumillo, chaval. Directillo sumillo insurrectillo, además. Estábamos en un momento muy emotivo, ¿eh? Hostia. Piel de gallina. Qué sumilla es.
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too amusing. I couldn't help myself.
You are not Farina. Who are you?
The sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous. A sure sign that my attempt to deceive everyone was a resounding success. But to answer your question, I am Fosalor. You know, the god.
Dice, soy Fócalos, ya sabes, la diosa. Y aquí te dicen, pues la arconte Fócalos. ¿Quién voy a ser si no?
Fosalor, why did you deceive us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else too.
Lo que pasa es que esta foca, tío, es más plana que Jutao. Se pasaron. Yo entiendo que tampoco te hagan una super waifu, pero es que el traje que le han puesto además parece de una colegiala, ¿sabes? Es más alta que Furina, pero tiene menos pecho que Furina. Es súper ortopédico el traje, le queda súper raro. El traje es chulo. El diseño del personaje es bonito, pero algo un poquito más femenino, no sé, ¿sabes? Es que es más planita que la tablita, la pobre. ¿Sabes? El traje, el diseño no está mal, pero es que parece un chico. Mírala, tío, o sea, es completamente Jutao. Jutao abunda más. Es muy sumil. Lo hicieron muy sumil esto. Yo entiendo que tampoco está una waifu suprema tipo Skirk, pero es que este traje no le pega nada, ¿sabes? Es como si se lo pones a Almacén. Bueno, Almacén marcaría más. Como si se lo pones al viajero, igual. Es muy sumil, ¿no? Es una pena. La podían haber hecho un poquitín más femenina. Si no te digo tampoco una Senge, pero coño. Tú mírala, es que no tiene perfil, la pobre. Yo no sé por qué lo hicieron tan mal con Fócalos en ese aspecto. Y más con el traje que le han hecho, que es bonito. Es un traje chulo, es así. Con la melena y tal. Es bonito, pero para mi gusto lo podían haber hecho un pelín más femenino. No es cuestión de machismo ni nada, pero es que parece un chico. A ver,
I
las cosas como
spent a
son. Tú mírala.
terribly long time mulling it
No tiene
over,
torso la pobre.
alone on the ocean floor. I had to outwit the heavenly
Menos que Furina.
principles,
Y eso que Furina
allow the
tampoco
prophecy
es
to
que
be
sea algo
fulfilled,
desmesurado, pero vamos.
ostensibly at least, while saving everyone at the same time. I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's why Egeria chose me as her successor. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon, and not to mention the original sin of creating a new race of humans, I dare say she left me quite a colossal mess to clean up. But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiars.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human by Egeria's hand.
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. In my
Mira la espada de
eyes,
Damocles
to be
ahí dando
human
vueltas.
is to be part of the greatest opera ever known. After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being. The me you see
Pobre
before
Furina.
you now is that divinity. And the human counterpart I left behind, I named Furina. She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited, or as meek and vulnerable as she wished.
Pobrecita Furina.
Her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess. But in my eyes, Furina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be. Anyway, so then I cursed her. All part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly principles.
The heavenly principles.
Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? The Hydra Archon alone, weeping on her throne. In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Furina to be an actress, to play the part of the Hydro Archon in the prophecy. Under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she free to live her life in the pursuit of happiness. Instead, she was forced to take the stage in the opera house, to embrace the role of leading lady, to forever play the part of the god from the prophecy, all to create a deceitful appearance of that prophecy coming to pass. I suppose now you probably understand why your court is called the Opera Epiclese.
But Furina is only human, isn't she? Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than that of any other ordinary human
Buenas,
being.
Reptil. Bienvenido al directillo Sumillo.
I cannot begin to fathom what she has had to endure.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me in human form, I most definitely owe her an apology for it. It's been 500 years. And all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Pobrecita.
invited you to come onto the stage. Now, I understand your admiration for my august self, but I must ask you to keep to the rules. All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. Just be off with you. Do not distract me from my performance. Oh, do not jest. Can you not feel it? I am Ps4. The eyes of countless Fontanians are upon me. I must, at all times, display the utmost elegance and nobility. Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough.
Pocinho.
Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards!
Farina. Farina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid. I am before you.
Wait a moment. You're near me? How can this be?
Mirror you, huh? You know what? That's not bad. Let's go with that.
Mirror me? What do you wish to say?
The prophecy. Have you heard of it?
What prophecy? Wait. I know. I think... the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Oh, very good. You know it well.
What's going on? I can't seem to remember anything clearly. The only thing I know for sure is this prophecy. Will it really come to pass?
Yes, it will. And that is why I've come to you. Disaster will come to Fontaine sooner or later. Things will develop just as the prophecy declared. There is no escaping it.
But doesn't that mean everyone will die? I'm a Fontainian just like them. Will I dissolve too?
Oh, don't worry. Magical meetings exist in this world precisely to give people a chance to turn. I will tell you how to save everyone, but you may have to suffer somewhat.
Oh, so there's still hope after all. Goodness, you frightened me. You spoke so much and was... As for the suffering, well, I will admit that the first thing that came to mind was, why do I have to be the one to suffer? But if the prophecy will come true, I'll also die anyway, right? If there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side, and my pain on the other, is it not obvious where the scales should tilt?
You truly are the perfect human. My ideal. I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just lost its Hydro Archon. I need you to play a role. That of the new Archon.
Play as... a god?
That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade. You must never let anyone suspect you. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy. But should your identity be revealed...
But how will I do this? A human assuming the role of a god without being exposed.
Don't worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into a real god. You simply need to play the role of a god as being a human yourself. I'm sure you already know what such an entity would be like. Remember, your true challenge will not be pursuing divinity, but contending against humanity.
I'm still not sure I understand, but I'll try. I'll try to do this. So, how long am I going to have to play this role?
To accomplish this mission, you will have to stay on the stage for many, many years. But I promise you, all will eventually end in a magnificent and dramatic trial, and everyone will be saved.
A trial, huh? How exciting. I'll be looking forward to it.
Pobrecita Furina.
The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession. What should I say to most appear like a god? To be honest, I still... Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to the Opera Epiclese. I'm sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. Indeed, I am Farina de Fontaine, your new Archon. In truth, I know little about becoming a nation's new god, but it will be my honor to guide you all as the god Focalor, the god of justice, I shall do all within my power to lead you into an age of fairness and justice. Once again, thank you all for coming. If you should have any questions or suggestions, please send them to the Maison Cardinalise. The future of Fontaine will require us to work together, after all. This should do it. I thought I might stammer, but thankfully, I was able to convey my thoughts just fine. Okay, and next.
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be a bit more assertive.
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest. What's the
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might just be a Maison.
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting? Right. Mirmi said that I just need to play the role of a god as humans and calm down, Farina. Think. What do the people... Assertive, with a strong sense of presence. One who can dispel all doubt. That... Oh, very good, my people. Only ones such as you are deserving of my rule. Now, I was wondering, if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage and claim ownership of this opera house, would the children of Fontaine follow them? Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. Having passed my test, you are qualified to witness wondrous trials alongside my august self. Here, you may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts. I thought it was a debut that suited the atmosphere. Now then, let us be reintroduced.
So that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Her personality. It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before. Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful! Her future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow and restart my accession speech. My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith in your ardor for justice. We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. Well, I say that justice is most fragrant when it blooms amid sin. The scales of justice should not weigh heavy in the hands of its god. On one side, it must carry fairness and justice. And on the other, hoorays and applause. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. Let us light the fires and drink to the future of Fontaine! No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. There is no trouble in this world that justice cannot solve. All that is needed is for you, my people, to believe in it, heart and soul. So long as I, the Archon Faucillor, stand within the Opera Epiclese, so long as I stand before the Oratrice, I shall even judge the gods of this world!
¡Qué chetín! La trituradora de instrucción cardenalicia. ¡Viva yo! Todos ahí.
Lady Farina, here are today's...
Besides,
if...
a magnificent...
That's true,
No need for fright. And do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now.
Lady Farina, I don't know what to say.
No need to thank me. All right. Deotere.
He's doing... You're such a gent.
Lady Farina.
I see. It's as I thought then. All manner of signs indicate that the prophecy will still come to pass.
Well, as I understand it, the Fontaine...
Really? Have they found anything?
I'm...
Oh, is that so? The day is finally over. But it's good to see that everything's getting on track. Maybe this is fine. I just... Alright, Farina.
Pobrecita.
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports for the...
There'll be no need.
Lady Farina,
Indeed, my dear loyal...
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant hydro...
Understood. Keep monitoring. Keep me informed should anything... I don't think I just... I feel utterly exhausted.
Joder, 182.375.
Lady Farina, it's like I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored to receive an audience with you was Madame Deoteria.
And what a fine family.
Surely you exaggerate.
What is it, good citizen?
Are you crying?
Oh, really now? I didn't even notice. This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god whose dominion is the water.
No wonder. No wonder. A manifestation of your power.
So interminable. Hundreds of years must have passed by now. Perhaps I never imagined. But have I reached my limit? I want to tell someone, anyone, about this. But I have conducted so many investigations. All I can do is keep heart. I must maintain this act.
Farina, You don't have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this—
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can just share it with me. I'm what you'd call a witness.
A witness? Yes. I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, and if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you? If that's the case... He's right. I could confide in him, couldn't I? But if things don't play out as expected, the people of Fontaine will be the ones... No, Farina. You shouldn't be selfish. But what if it's really alright? Farina, you've worked so hard for so long. Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? To find someone in whom you can confide your frustrations and sorrows? If you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, it might never come by again. Think about it. Long and hard. No, I have nothing to say. I am Farina, the Archon of Fontaine. Everything will surely get better. All you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness my performance until the curtains fall.
Fine.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth? You've never once let her in on the full plan?
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive the heavenly principles, you must first deceive yourself. She did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in these 5 centuries, Fontaine would have been doomed to the most tragic fate. It seems that trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works. But that is only half the truth. How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine?
Ah, good. Of course, the Iudex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine, yes?
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber. It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine all along.
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Alas, your understanding of this device still lacks sufficient depth. In truth, it is no enactor of justice. It is, in fact, a device created to kill the god of justice.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, you have it. And to be more precise, not only will the Oratrice take down the god of justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed. I mean, Did you think I would be the sort to enjoy peaceful repose while Farina suffered? My work over these last 500 years has been to constantly accumulate indemnitium within the Oratrice. But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device, the vast majority had to be accumulated to enact this death sentence.
It was all part of your plan then? Both the trial and the sentence?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontanians for millennia had it only been used for that purpose. Almost all of it has now been stored within the Oratrice. But only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Archon's divine throne, shaking the rules established by Celestia and break...
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina nor Focalor, but for the Hydro Archon. The destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your intent, you must be...
returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of this planet.
But...
Oh, what? Getting sad again, are we? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragon Sovereign. And this is the face you make.
All you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself at the very end.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked. Hydro Dragon, don't cry. I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Were they not guilty of essentially the same crime? Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed. I, for my part, am the god of justice. And is it not just that your original powers should be returned to you? Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontanians as humans and their right to exist in this world would be In other words, existence was Egeria's justice. And to me, justice is the continuation of that existence, defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on. That should be the justice enthroned over all others. At this point, we, whether it be myself or Iudex Nervillet, the highest judge in our land, when you regain your full power as an elemental sovereign.
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, I see now that that was your idea too. At last, I now understand the true purpose behind this position. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mutual understanding between us. And I have even attempted to feel as they feel. You are a devious one, Focalor. Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Nervalette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Judex Nervalette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
Hola Rae, ¿qué tal? Bienvenida al directillo Sumillo. Pues aquí, emocionadillo, otra vez. Después de ver esta escena de Skipellet tendrán más ganas de sacarlo.
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
Qué bonita es Navia.
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the Primordial Sea from that creature.
Primordial Sea.
We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice. The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring narwhal.
All-devouring narwhal.
Come with me,
Devóralo
traveler.
todo.
The hour of execution has come.
Ven conmigo, Sumillo. Es que lo de Sumillo queda épico. Es muy grande. Ven conmigo, Sumillo. Es la hora de la ejecución. Vamos, Sumillo. A por el Old Devouring Narvar. For the people in. And the sticky tonight, happily weather man. Yeah. El boss más coñazo de todo el juego. A ver si me lo dejan pasar rápido. Como lo dejen poner que le haga insta-kill, se lo hago, ya te lo digo. No, porque ya me he enfrentado a él. Qué cabrones.
I've already done my best to separate the power of the primordial sea from the way. Considering the size, I cannot reach the power source. Unless I can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share part of the ancient dragon's power. We shall look for an opening together. I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility.
Es que no sé por dónde sales, macho.
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Chance will present itself.
A la dar por culo el señor del dentro, como dice él.
Rise! The wind rises. You dare to gaze upon me?
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress its root from within.
That didn't count.
Manifest the authority of the ancient dragons. Witness the might of the primordial sea.
Mira el Tartas ahí dormido.
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but it was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and... Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point. But they bumped into one another earlier than I thought.
3 millones de espadas.
Blunder.
That power. Who are you
Hyman has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. Skirk, right? It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, managed to defeat the all-devouring narwhal without using power from beyond this world. So you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it. All in all, it fails as a pet.
Miss Skirk? I think you might have missed the point.
The point being?
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, Child's master's master. Wait, is that right?
Ya vengo, sumiles. Cómo mola la ropa de Skirk, que es así como celestial, ¿eh? Mira cómo se mueve.
Oh, right. So you don't know him. Sorry, I assumed you... His name is Surtalogi.
Surtalogi, que era la espada de un dios nórdico.
I am unfamiliar.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then?
The Foul?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetterfalnir then? Or Gold Rhine-daughter?
Ooh, that one we've heard! Rhine-daughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all... But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is like...
Wait! Didn't you also mention a visionary person?
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to... As such, the Fontaine back on the surface has most likely been... In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
Qué bodo que eres.
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
The heavenly principles.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters.
Pobrecita Furina, qué penita me da.
Weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Una gaviola. Una gaviola. Échate pez para arriba todos, venga. Qué bonita es Navia, coño. Qué papelazo tuvo en el arco de Fontaine. Más chetín. HTP, el arca de Noé.
All hands initiate emergency rescue. Hurry!
Dame la mano, Manuel. Yo te ayudo. Mira el niño, el paván, el de los periódicos humiles. Qué chetil es, joder. No me había fijado nunca. Venga, Frenillet, que tú puedes. Por aquí, Linet. Linei, venga, para arriba, coño. Venga, para arriba. Qué chetíferos son, joder.
Look, the water's receding.
¿Cómo van a salir cañones? ¿Para qué es humil? Yo pensé que iban a salir barcos, no ganchos. Pero no cañones. Cañones no. Yo me imaginé que iban a bajar lanchas en plan Titanic, ¿sabes? Lanchas grandes, balsas, un montón para ayudar a la gente. Más que gancho. Pobrecita Furina, qué penita me da, ¿eh? Qué cariño se le coge al final a la pobre. Qué mierda de legendaria le hicieron a la pobre con todo lo que ha pasado. La toman como un PNJ más. Qué bonita es. Sepchet épica total, ¿eh? Ay. Qué motivos son estos capítulos, tío. Que es un mes que lo compendian todo en 2 versiones y luego estás el resto de la nación sin nada chetil, ¿sabes? Podían haber puesto un capítulo de Arconte por versión, ¿sabes? No es necesario poner 2. O luego este último que lo podían haber partido perfectamente, porque este último es larguísimo. Buenas, Chris. Bienvenido al directillo Sumillo. Qué bonita Navia.
The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the... People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call... Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the report. Are those really curious?
No te creas que va a salir mucho, R, ¿eh? Quedará alguna misión del Daislev que siempre meten un poco de paja por el medio. Bueno, pero misiones humiles de mundo ya. Misión importante llevamos desde la 4.2 sin nada de trama. Desde que se acabó este arco, no... Sí, habrá alguna misión de Daislev, como hay siempre, un intermedio, que tampoco será un summon, porque la del Cariberto fue un poco sumil para mi gusto. Está entretenida, pero bueno, tampoco no es... Y además el Daislev casi ni sale. O sea, es muy sumil. Pero bueno. A lo mejor en la 4.6 meten alguna zona nueva de Fontaine o lo que falta entre Liyue y Sumeru, no tengo ni idea. O sea, eso son especulaciones. Porque sí que es verdad que normalmente cada 2 versiones suelen meter mapa. Y eso es verdad. Casi siempre. Entonces ahora han metido la aldea esta, en la 4.5 no meterán nada. Y en la 4.6 a lo mejor meten algo, no tengo ni idea. A lo mejor meten mapa de Liyue o Mar de Fontaine o yo que sé qué. O alguna parte. La de Dain será hasta Narlan, ya que esta vez el prota no hizo una chucha. Sí, hombre.
Oh, it's you. Hey, we're just having I'm here to update my
Sí que ayudó el prota y en Fontaine. Claro que ha ayudado.
He represented the knave in sending us. Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people, but we're moving forward.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like that art. But if you don't mind,
mira, este es un recaudador. ¿Ves? Es una personita.
We just happen.
I get where you're coming from. Keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly?
That would be fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers...
Huh? You're here too, Clarion?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision makers. And, well...
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel. About what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
Ahora, sin venir a cuento, le sale el Pay Your Debts. ¿Te imaginas? Siempre lo hace así o lloverse. Todo el lore en las primeras 3 actualizaciones ahí. Ya. Siempre lo ha hecho así. O sea, siempre ha sido la 4. Bueno, la punto 0, punto 1 y punto 2. Y luego, pues... misioncitas de mundo, un trocito de mapa, la de Dainslev, otro trocito de mapa y las islas veraniegas.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor for Navia's...
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up. And...
Sumiles. La Paimon no ha sonreído.
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the... Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually...
Wow, you really...
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Maripede.
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess too. I asked Sijuin, who told Monsieur Nervi...
That's a very complete information chain.
Paimon fuera de la foto, pobre Paimon, hombre.
Oh, Monsieur Neuvillette, I
Paimon
told him that it was
Chetilla.
best not to speak too soon.
You're right. I've got to treasure every
Stay safe now. And
Pay
tell
your
me if you
debts.
hear anything...
Al fuerte Merópide. Al fuerte Merópide. Hombre, el espacio que ha quedado entre la nueva zona de Liyue y Fontaine Sumeru lo cerrarán antes de Narlan. No tengo ni idea, supongo. Yo creo que otra zona sí deberían meter antes de Narlan. Pero bueno, ya veremos. Yo supongo que sí. Y ese espacio que hay entre Sumeru y el Valle Chenyu este que han metido, tienen que hacer algo, claro. No va a estar ahí esa negreza ahí en el mapa, ¿sabes? Lo mismo es lo que meten en la 4.6. No tengo ni idea, que ya te digo que es un hablar por no callar. Pero sí que tiene sentido que cada 2 versiones sí que meten algo del mapa, con lo cual...
Of course.
It's an honor to finally...
No need to thank me.
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey, no,
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want...
Sir, please don't...
But it looks like dear Mr.
No,
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. The boat that brought about a miracle. The ark that saved the people. Why, you... Still, if I might ask...
Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself...
I have to apologize, but that ship is
Hasta el
presently in
bichito de Gran Blue
Bowles
te dice:
factory.
han estado increíbles, son muy fuertes y así no da créditos sin merecer hasta en la historia. ¿Quién se traga varias hostias?
Really? Well, then in that case...
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or...
Did you really have to use the word couple? Well, then, 2 solo photos will...
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone...
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try...
Ah, Siegewin.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you... Sure. Come on, Miss Siegewin. Over this way. Let's find a brighter spot.
Huh? Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the front?
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's under...
Other than that flying ship, I got it.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes.
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two.
El dragoncito del Gran Blue. No, mi respeto.
Lots of things happened that day, huh?
No sé cuál es el dragoncito, claro, en la demo no salía, creo. O no lo visualizo ahora. Es pequeño y hace lo que puede, pero se mete entre las hostias. Buenas, Sumep. Bienvenido al directillo Sumillo.
The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually,
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging. As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the...
Hey, everyone. The photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. All right. Last stop, the docks.
No veo ya a Paimon pegando tortas a nadie. Pero bueno. ¿Dónde hay que ir? Han dicho. ¿Dónde han dicho que hay que ir? Ah, el puerto Rocío Marino. Vale. Sumiles sin su reptiles, sois muy sumiles, todos. Jerónimo. Por si las flies. Viciadil, ¿por qué? Dice. Hombre, ¿por qué? Dice. ¿Qué rango de aventura tienes ya en Latam? 30. ¿Por qué? Dice, en 3 días. Y decía, no sé si me dará tiempo al evento. Y ya le ha dado 2 vueltas al evento, ¿sabes? Ya lo tiene los calcañales, el evento. Por cierto, alguno del servidor de América me echa una mano con el pollo de Sumeru.
But if you see any
Que
good
está
things
duro.
floating around,
¿Para
you
qué,
can use
qué quieres
this
el
to
pollo de
carry
Sumeru?
them. Trick a friend. You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Te ha salido el de los huevos, como dice Ep. Ah, para Colei. Hostia, es verdad, no me olvidaba. Ya tienes a Colei del abismo, Chetil, ¿eh? Joder, qué chetil el tío. Ya tiene a Colei del abismo. Qué chetez de señor.
He even wants to.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce
That said, would anyone
Pero
want to
disfrútalo un
see a
poco, tío, que si
giant
te lo
step
ruseas
underwater?
así, te vas a tener que crear otra cuenta en Asia también.
Oh, it'll work out.
Porque vas a un ritmo que...
Could you come over?
Got it.
Te vas a poner al nivel de la otra cuenta en
Charlotte
3
is rather
meses.
perceptive. Father says
Al
that-
ritmo que vas.
Oh, I
Oye, que a mí me da
have to
igual,
leave.
Evidentemente las cuentas son
Yes,
gratis.
it could have been done as
Pero
an
intenta
apology.
disfrutarlo un poquillo. No sé, vamos.
I would agree. I suspect you'll have to... They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of...
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
The Knave. La sota. Father.
Well, well, what do you know?
Ya lo sé, nos pasará, no es que nos alcance.
That is our dude. Don't be too
Bueno, pero da igual, para tener a Colei,
Well,
perfecto.
that depends on many things. No one. As for you,
Claro, es
I very
normal,
much look
es que es
forward to our
normal.
next collaboration. Good
Pero aún así eres
things
chetil y te lo has
cannot be
pasado y
achieved
tienes
alone,
una Colei
and
gratis.
you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels on the...
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
Claro, si Aline es anterior a Colei, claro.
I will.
El tío está tochetado ya. Joder.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
To move things about?
Antes del Honkai.
That's right.
Ya.
Funny. I guess this must be... All right, then. We'll be handing out
Te puede
pockets and
ayudar.
some
Yo es que
other
estoy en
things
Asia
later,
hoy,
so
si
we'll
no
get
te
going
ayudaba.
now. Have a good day, you two.
Aunque mis personajes ya sabes que están pochos, pero bueno.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see how Neverlet's doing? As long as he's not so busy that he doesn't have time to chat anymore.
Busca Skipellet. Ah, es verdad que queda todo lo de Skipellet ahora. Busca Skipellet a la entrada del fuerte Meropi. Se fue volando y dejó una pata de pollo ahí. No tengo chapas. Soy muy sumido. Lo más importante del Honkai y de cualquier juego, divertirse. Eso es lo más importante. Skipellet, me diste un cucharón aquí hace unos días. ¿Qué me vas a contar hoy? Lo que eso estaba cerrado.
So, you really are here, Neverlet. Paimon didn't think you were going...
Really? Oh, I suppose you... In any case, you came at a...
Aw, Paimon's good. Alright, let's have... Whoa. So that's... Focalor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro
Pues
Icon
soñaste mal.
and restored your power cube.
Soñaste mal porque no tengo la Play 5 y en el móvil no lo voy a jugar. O sea, ni me voy a comprar una Play 5 para jugar al Honkai.
Fontanians, but so long as... In other words, when...
Focalor must have counted on you to... Yeah! And
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to... Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I have investigated his case, but whether it
Y
be
en
by
el fondo, en parte me alegro porque conociéndome me habría obligado a que me gustara aunque no me gustara. Y no es lo bueno para jugar a algo. Si no te gusta, no lo juegues.
In truth, those Ocean... Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know. I have investigated his case, but whether it be by... As for the judgment passed by the... Whether it was due to...
Guess Focalor... hang on, is back when Fontanian...
Life as always.
Yeah! Lynette said the fountain...
In truth, even those Ocean...
Paimon...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on a sec. When we spoke to we guessed that there...
No. So regarding this specific issue, I would... In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
No lo creo, Ya te digo que el Honkai es un juego que no me llama nada. Alguna vez he estado viendo a Chris en directo y me aburre. No Chris, el juego. Porque los combates me parecen súper monótonos y repetitivos. Desde mi perspectiva, O sea, a mí no me... Es un estilo de juego que yo lo respeto, pero a mí no me llama ni mucho, ni poco, ni nada, ¿sabes?
What next?
The All-Devourer. I can finally catch the... It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons. But with something very similar. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before.
I do not know what you speak.
Of course. You should have the remains of the third Descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young. And I have never returned to the surface since. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense. Which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless,
probablemente algún día lo sea, pero vamos, no creo que la 4.6. Como Arlequino.
To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies...
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my... personal thoughts.
This third Descender you refer to, who are they? And...
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to...
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger, then.
Esa será jugable muy en el futuro, a lo mejor. A lo mejor. Pero no un futuro cercano.
That's what she told me. Whether it would
The remains of the third... So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just...
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what she meant to say.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the Fatui.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here. I guess that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descent. I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision. That does sort of count as... No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It's just comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all. That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
Alright. Whatever the case, it seems...
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts...
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered...
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels... And what, ultimately, is the difference between the rain... It seems from your expressions that you still have more things. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his... But whether it be by... As for the judgment path, whether it was due...
Guess Focalor... hang on a sec. Back when Fontaine...
Life has always flowed...
Yeah, Lynette said the...
In truth, even those Oceanic...
Paimon...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, about that...
Ah, Lady Farina. The people... I related Focalor's words to... She simply said that she was... Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the opera house.
But she's...
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for... In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will have... But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her...
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained...
After Focalor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the...
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power... As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no...
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro... Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still...
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a...
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis. Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis. The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now.
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is... As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
A nation of dragons? You mean like you?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with humanity.
Buenas, Marco. Bienvenido al directillo Sumillo.
Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravaged. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the Knave that the harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless...
Captain. Sounds like a real tough customer.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you.
Skip it. Que le han dado al Sumillo. Ah, una constelación. Qué chetín, por favor. C5, Sumillo C5, chaval, ya. Madre mía, C5. Rima fácil. Joder, tengo casi todas las de Fontaine hechas, tío. 37 de 41. Y estas dos las he hecho en alguna cuenta, pero no me acuerdo cómo se empezaban, pero las tengo hechas en saga. No me acuerdo por dónde empiezan, pero vamos. Caballero Protervo. Mierda frita con patatitas. ¿Qué vas a farmear? ¿Qué vas a farmear, STP? Porque de equipo no tengo ni idea. Ah, que le dices a Chris. Vale, perdón. están los narcisos veloces ya. Pero tú eres muy chetil ya, no necesitas chetarlos. Tú eres muy chetil por ti mismo. No necesitas chetarlos. Eres muy chetil. Que me das con el torpedo. Girocristal chetil, chaval. Ahora volvemos a entrar a ver qué hay. Se ha roto la cúspide. Hala, otro cofretil, pero bueno, qué chetil es el chetil, joder. Ven, ven y lo reparto, vente para acá. Su mítico. Velocipedil. Anda, un gamusino chetífero gratuítico. Qué chetil soy, joder. Me da a mí la impresión, no sé, a lo mejor es una percepción, pero me da la impresión que desde que se ha hundido la torre esta hay más gotas de estas chetíferas. Me da a mí la impresión, ¿eh? Porque hay algunas que yo creo que no estaban. Con lo cual mejor, para mí bien. A mí no me molesta que haya las que quiera. ¿Sabes? Pero me suena que hay más gotas chetíferas de las que había. Algunas más, ¿eh? No te digo 10.000 más, pero algunas sí que me suena que hay más. Me da la impresión. Es que son gotas de rocío primigenio. Y estas flores han salido nuevas. Estas flores así como fluorescentes, estas no estaban. Estas deben ser flores primigenias, chetíferas, mágicas. Estas flores son nuevas. Estas flores no estaban, ya te lo digo. Esas flores no estaban. Qué chetile, lepchete pepto, vicial, junkai ahí, pro. Muy bien. Qué chetile eres, joder. Junkai adíctico ahí. Boom. 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 Up to the bed. Ya que he venido, pues lo farmeo esto. Yo venía a ver la torre, pero ya que me he encontrado con las gotas estas de rocío primigenio, chetífero y poderoso, pues las cojo, ¿eh? Pues si algún día quiero subir a nadie al 90, pues ya las tengo farmeadas. Que la subiré, en su día la subiré. Ténganlo ustedes por seguro. más Badulakis, Maximus. Pero dadme loot. Que yo os mato por el loot, no por capricho. ¿Ves? Todas estas flores púrpuras han salido después de que se hundiera la torre de la felicidad. Y en la torre no sé qué habrá, me permite entrar, pero no creo que haya nada. No sé, vamos a entrar a ver, no creo que haya nada. No creo que haya nada que no hubiera antes, ¿sabes? ¿Qué hay aquí? Hostia, el bicho este, mierdín. Y no hay nada más aquí. Hablen o callen para siempre. Hablen insurrectos del Averno. Salir. Epchete pepchetillo, epchete, epchete, epchete. Y había otra puerta a la que podía subir, a ver. En la que podía entrar, vamos. Aquí debería poder entrar también. Pero no habrá nada tampoco. No, aquí no hay nada ya. Lo que había antes de hundirse. Aquí no hay nada. Soy sumir. Pues nada, estaba mirando a ver si había algo una vez que se hundió la torre, pero ya veo que no. Soy sumillo porque el mundo me ha hecho así. Soy sumillo porque el mundo me ha hecho así. Mira estas dos sumillas aquí. Solo mora, claro, es que ya está todo comprado. Pues mora, claro, qué remedio. 480.000 pesetas. Y 46.000 más. ¿Y la Sisi emperatriz esta qué hace?
Lantern Right was simply Oh, that? It was invented by... He's always tinkering. I believe I have... The devices... Basically, it's a... Combining this invention with a kite. Oh, it's a piece that can... Oh, that reminds... It was all thanks to your connection. Oh, that? It was invented... He's always tinkering. I believe I have... The devices... Basically, combining this invention with a kite. What a great... Yep.
Ay, perdón. Ah, sí, están aquí estos dos bobainas.
Given your present countenance, one presumes you are missing some old friends again.
Eres un sumillo, eres un sumillo. Gracias. Eres un sumillo y su restillo del infierno. Perdón, R. Sumiles insurrécticos sois.
One cannot help but
pray speak.
One simply wishes Menogius were alive to witness such peace. He was so skilled in matters of craftsmanship. Kite making would scarcely prove to be a test of his capabilities. And if, as in the past, he were unable to involve himself in matters of the mortal realm, we could sell the kites in his stead. When we finished, we could bring him back wine and...
Mooncarver, those are now but fond moments in our memories.
Indeed. The dead are gone, so, as the representatives of the living, let us take in the sights for a bit.
Míralos, el Vlad y la Nadia, míralos, qué chetiles. Qué chetiles los dos juntitos. Qué pros, Nadia y Vlad. Jeje.
Too slow.
Es chetil. Eres sumil, insurrectil, eres sumil. Eres humillo.
Relax.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence. There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever. Relax.
Sumil, tengo una buena noticia y una mala. Dime la mala primero. Dime la mala, Sumil. Dejo el Honkai. No.
You think I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell it like it is.
No podrás juzgar GTA que en Play o en Xbox. En Play 4. ¿Por? Nada, Chris. Acabo de acabar la misión de Arconte. Y estaba lerdeando un poco para allá y para acá. Tampoco nada especial. Mañana activan el plus del Mercadona. Ah, no lo sabía. Pero bueno, yo tengo el plus normal, no el del Mercadona.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence. Squall and Fury.
Cofre Til, tío.
Unnecessary.
¿Y por qué no vas a poder jugar con el plus del Mercadona,
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
No.
Unnecessary.
Pues no lo cojas. No tengo instalado en las 5. No hay ganas de esperar. Vale. Entonces no puedes, no quieres. Claro. Pero bueno.
Relax.
Ya. ¿Y la buena supuestamente cuál es?
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence.
No la he visto, No estaría en la cocina. Ah, vale, que activan el plus del Mercadona, bueno. A mí me da igual porque yo tengo el plus normal, o sea, que no me... Buena para ti, pero si no la juegas a GTA, no puedes jugar a otra cosa.
Relax.
Si quieres.
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever. Relax.
Nos cambiamos un ratito al GTA su 1000. Que estoy un poquito agobiado del Genshin.
You think I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell it like it is. If someone can't handle it, maybe that's their problem.
Dos horas ponía hace una hora. Su 1000.
no such... Thing is pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
Ah, mira, ya tengo 75 segundos. Bueno, yo creo que voy a cambiar un poquito.
It was designed by my mother. Have you noticed how it's shaped like a heart?
A ver, pero no sé si estará. Más que nada he entrado con esta cuenta para acabar ya el capítulo de Arconte, que se quedó a la mitad.
My time with Espina has taught me that carrying an unreliable weapon is worse than not carrying one at all.
No sé qué hacer, si entrar en GTA o ponerme a ver vídeos de YouTube. Estoy un poquito agobiado. Y GTA mucho tampoco me apetece. Bueno, voy a entrar al GTA un poquito. A ver qué tal. Ahora abro, chicos. Ahora. Asumiré al GTA un poquito a ver si... Ahora.